Tonight, an Omaha volunteer is shedding light on an important topic.
Well, Hispanic Americans are 50% more likely to develop Alzheimer's than white Americans. And now that volunteer is stepping up to make sure information on the disease is available in Spanish.
KETV News Watch 7's Aaron Hegarty is in the newsroom with this Project Community Report.
Yeah, Julie, Bill, the Nebraska chapter of the Alzheimer's Association tells me today we don't know why Hispanic Americans are more likely to develop the disease, but one of the theories is there's a cultural barrier, often not willing to talk about the signs and what to do. But that wasn't the attitude after the class today. Dulce Rosario says she's starting to forget things, and if it wasn't for this class, she's not sure where she'd get information on Alzheimer's.
Without the class, we wouldn't have the answers that we need.
But she does have the class.
I'm here to help people, let the people know about how important it is to take care of yourself and take care of the people who are close to you.
Nuvia Quiros has been doing classes like this 1 or 2 times a month for 3 years.
I noticed that Hispanic community don't have too much information.
The Nebraska chapter of the Alzheimer's Association gave Quiros the information, but she's added on to make it interactive, working with exercise bands and brain and coordination activities like try not to spill this cup of water and tricky hand movements.
Do it quicker.
The class translated into English as well by Quiros' son, and more people are attending after 3 years at the Immigrant Senior Center.
I think that happens a lot in the Latino community, that we don't want to talk about it, we don't want to accept that mom or dad.
The Alzheimer's Association says almost 6 of 10 Hispanic Americans believe significant memory loss is a normal part of aging.
It's not like that. But you have to pay attention any change in your life or in the life of the people who live in close to you. And that is important.
With the info in hand, her students say they just have to act on it.
She opens the path, but we're the ones who have to walk it.
There are a few walks to end Alzheimer's coming up in the Metro and Council Bluffs on Saturday at Iowa Western Community College's Wellness Center and in Omaha at the College of St. Mary Fieldhouse on Sunday the 12th. Back to you.
Aaron, thank you.